Former Union Minister and career diplomat Shashi Tharoor remarked today that India should be a little more outspoken at the United Nations. While the country has a duty to protect its own interests, he believes that a permanent seat on the UN Security Council, which New Delhi has long desired, is more vital. We mustn't be a state whose silence is taken for granted. I think we should be a state whose good opinion people are anxious to have, and they will only be anxious to have it if there is fear that once in a while we will call them out when they are falling short of standard, he told media. In his strongest comment on the Ukraine issue to date, India condemned the civilian killings in Bucha, Ukraine, and backed the UN Security Council's need for an independent probe. Images of mass graves and bodies of citizens who were alleged killed in public areas have sparked outrage around the world, sparking calls for additional sanctions against Russia and threats of action at the International Criminal Court. Mr. Tharoor described India's neutral posture on the war, which is now in its second month, as somewhat wishy-washy. He did add, however, that India had every right to be concerned about its own people's well-being. If Russia is offering every discount in oil and gas and affordable fertilizer, both of which we need, that we should take it and find an arrangement which would not egregiously violate American sanctions and yet at the same time will uphold our right to treat the Russians as a valuable commercial partner, he said. While the government, he said, is managing this reasonably well, I do believe that we can stand for more than that in the world, he added. Shashi Tharoor had earlier said Russia is a friend and there could be some legitimate security concern, but for India to go suddenly silent on it will be seen as a disappointment for Ukraine and its friends. It's a pity that India has gone silent. He went on to say that India has constantly respected these principles, including the inviolability of a sovereign boundary and the inadmissibility of change through force and bloodshed, and that governments are not supposed to invade other countries in order to achieve their goals. News Desk, Kaumudy Global.